Ghana recently introduced a powerful resolution at the United Nations to recognize the transatlantic slave trade as the biggest crime against humanity. But three countries voted against it: the United States, Israel, and Argentina. Why did they say no? And what does this mean for Ghana, Africa, and the world? Let's break it down. My name is Austine Adobah, international trade expert and author, and today I'll explain what this means economically and globally. Ghana introduced a resolution asking countries to recognize slavery as the biggest crime against humanity, support reparations, promote justice, address long term economic damage. This is part of a growing global movement for historical justice. Many African and Caribbean nations supported Ghana. The United States said it condemns slavery but does not support legal claims for reparations. Why? There are several reasons. First, slavery happened hundreds of years ago. Second, responsibility is complicated. Third, it's difficult to determine who should receive compensation. And finally, reparations could involve trillions of dollars. Supporters argue that slavery caused long term damage. Africa lost millions of people, economies were weakened, colonialism followed, and poverty and inequality still exist today. So they argue that reparations are about justice and development. Reparations don't always mean cash. They could include infrastructure funding, debt relief, trade benefits, education funding, investment programs. This is why many countries support development based reparations. Countries that benefited. Several countries benefited economically from slavery: United Kingdom, Portugal, Spain, France, Netherlands. United States slave labor built industries like cotton, sugar, and tobacco. Now, what is Ghana's role in this? Ghana, formerly known as the Gold Coast, was one of the main departure points. Millions of Africans passed through Ghana's coast during the slave trade. Today, Ghana is leading the conversation on reparations. Are reparations likely? Full financial reparations are unlikely soon, but more realistic outcomes include development funding, trade benefits, investment partnerships, and debt relief. Why this matters? This debate is not just about history, it's about economic justice, global inequality, Africa's development, future trade opportunities. The debate continues. But one thing is clear: this discussion about history, justice, and economics is far from over. Follow for more insights on global trade and Africa's economic future.